I don't know if you was around for last week's Avengers. I guess that's what the fuck I'm gonna call this. Because it just dawned on me sitting on this couch today that this shit is probably setting me up for my next project. I truly believe life imitates art, art imitates life. I don't think you can have one without the other. And the level of things that I have gathered thus far. So last week, my mental was really shot, like really, like really, it was really bad. And I have therapy every Wednesday, okay? And she was concerned. She was like, you functioning at bare minimum. Like, you just barely fucking functioning. Like, you only doing to keep from shutting down. That's barely functioning, right? And she was like, well, I think you need to go and talk, and see, some intensive stuff. And she thought the appointment was like over the phone or whatever, but it was face to face. I ended up getting there right on time. And nothing pisses me off more than being told what to do. So they was like, leave your phone right here. What? I don't go nowhere without that. So I'm irritated. The first thing that made me irritated was I waited like 36 minutes before my name was called. And then I had to leave my telephone, take my watch off. So now I'm feeling trapped a little bit, isolated. Like, cause I don't really know what the fuck y'all do once you get back here. So now I'm a little panicky. Is what they would say if I was white, but because I'm black, I got an attitude. Cash, come out of there. So, I sit there and I tell them like, look, I don't like to do a lot of sitting and waiting, especially when I don't got nothing to entertain myself. They got the TV. She ain't tell me how to work it. Ain't no magazines. Like, this is, this could really push you, if you already on the edge. And so the lady come in and she asked me to tell me about what's going on. And I told her, I was like, so, yeah, earlier I said my therapist said that I do PHP. But I said, I just looked at these hours. I'm not committing to 20 to 25 hours a week. Drop me down lower. Fuck what she said. This is what I need. So then I always, let me see, what do I have on? I always say nobody knows how intelligent or how smart, how educated, or how uneducated, how illiterate you are until you open your mouth. So, I let her do a spiel and say what she said. And I always came back, with an intelligent answer because I'm intelligent. And when it got to questions like, do you have ideology, like you might want to hurt yourself, I was like, no. Because one thing I can tell you is, ain't nothing taking me from my kids. Nothing. Okay? So functioning at bare minimum, yes. But functioning is the key word. I'm still fucking functioning. I ain't doing the best at it, no. But I got a village. That's one thing that helps me. 2, I got a support system. 3, I got a strong mind. I'm quick, thinking most of the time. But when you have so many things on the brain, and not only am I dealing with my life, but my aunt has been admitted to a rehabilitation facility. My mom and her husband are older. I have one at home, and you know, a lot of stuff going on. And when you juggling like black women tend to do, and I'm not taking nothing from no other women, I just can't speak for y'all like I can speak for us. When you juggling so many balls in the air, you almost expecting to drop one. It's inevitable. Because at some point your arm is gonna get tired, another ball is gonna get thrown, so it's inevitable that a ball is gonna fall. But you also keep your eye on the balls. You know which balls can fall and which balls cannot fall. So sometimes you don't even um, drop a ball on accident. Sometimes you drop it on purpose because that ball was never meant to be in your balls to juggle. Can't remember who I was talking about. I mean, talking with, but we were talking about God never putting too much on you than you can bear. And then, I think it was my nail tech. And I was thinking, yeah. But then sometimes we go and we get shit that ain't ours to bear. I'm carrying something that ain't mine to carry. Now, God didn't put too much on me, but then I put too much on me because I went and carried that, and I went and carried that, and I picked that up. And oh, she needs this and this, that, and the third. So in the midst of my mess, I'm always a willing vessel for somebody else, even in the midst of mine. But sometimes you got to be stronger and say, you know what, I'm going to be selfish with me. This time, I'm going to be selfish with me. It's going to be about me. So let's sit here on my self-care Sundays, which I claim them to be mine. I can do whatever I want to do on a self-care Sunday. Today, what I'm going to do, stay busy a little bit. So I cleaned, I folded, I mopped, I moved. I watched TV, I watched movies. I ate good. What else did I do? I can't think of nothing. Oh, I do got a book that I need to listen to. But what I wanted to say is I'm still looking for my audience. I know who my audience is, but my audience is still looking for me because I know what my age demographic is. I've done the research, so I know, but if you don't show up on that FYP, that text just threw me all off because I forgot what I was going to say. In memory fog. Don't forget that with perimenopause, because that's one thing that the lady, they didn't really ask about. She did ask about health conditions when she was doing the intake form, but perimenopause is one of those things that go overlooked. And I'll tell you one of the things that really stood out to me. Well, she asked me, had something happened to me when I was a kid? I said, yes, when I was about 4 years old. It was a family member. Gave me his mascara. I think that's what I said. But even at 4 years old, on one of the toughest, meanest, most deadliest, could have been dangerous streets at that same age of 4, I was crossing it by myself alone, holding nobody's hand, asking nobody for permission, doing what I wanted to do because it was love in the house I was trying to get to. So I crossed one of the most, at 4, and I could see myself clearly coming out, bearing to the right. I could either go up to the next street and then turn, or I could turn and still, but I had to get to Miss Fanny's house because that's where love is. But these text messages, you know what? It's supposed to be self-care Sunday. I'm supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. So be selfish with yourself. Take time for yourself. Remember those little things about yourself, because that 4-year-old that could cross that street by herself, she's still in me. Well, we don't fear a motherfucking thing. Bring it.